in the referendum chief advisor. EC not playing neutral role, Nahid Islam. BNP never do politics of blame. High Court stays Saksu polls for 4 weeks. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Nafisa Nawal with English Bulletin. Chief Advisor Dr. Mohammed Yunus has called upon the people to cast their ballot for yes vote in the referendum. He made the call in an address to the nation on Saturday evening. He said if yes vote wins, then the reforms will win that will allow the government to work for the betterment of the people. The reforms will pave the way for bringing amendment to the constitution that will not let any government to turn into autocrat. The reforms will establish rule of law and democratic practices. The Election Commission and Field Administration are not playing neutral role ahead of the national parliamentary polls and referendum. Convener of NCP, Nahid Islam, made the allegation to the media after a meeting with Chief Advisor Dr. Mohammed Yunus at Jamuna on Monday evening. He said the head of the government will also have to bear the responsibility if fair polls not held. Nahid Islam also announced to resist any attempt of election engineering. BNP never do the politics of blame. BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman made the remark in his virtual address to an event in Joshua. He said standing beside the people is the actual politics. Meanwhile, US Ambassador to Bangladesh Brent Christensen met Tariq Rahman at the Gulshan office on Monday afternoon. Bilateral issues were discussed in the hour-long meeting. Earlier, Canadian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Ajit Singh paid a courtesy call on the BNP chairman. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir is optimistic that Election Commission will steer the polls with competence. He said BNP wants to have confidence on the Commission. He made such optimism after paying homage at Shohid President Ziaur Rahman's tomb, marking his 90th birth anniversary. Mirza Fakhrul was flanked by leaders and activists of BNP and affiliates. He said BNP is pledge-bound to build a generous and democratic Bangladesh. The party will move forward with the ideology of Shohid Zia. There are no major or minor parties in the polls. Those who will contest the polls are equal. Election Commissioner Anwarul Islam Sharka made the remark while talking to the journalists and the Election Commission office in capital's Agagao on Monday. Presence of the candidates in EC for making complaints and giving advices have made the Election Commission reach. EC has not faced any major problems so far. Statements of the political parties are under EC scrutiny. The Election Commission is not under pressure of any political party or individuals, he added. Eight lakh 97,117 members of the law enforcement, including 1 lakh army men, will remain deployed for the upcoming 13 parliamentary polls and referendum. Home Affairs Advisor, retired Lieutenant General Jahangir Alam Chaudhary, made the remark after a meeting of the Advisory Council Committee on Law Enforcement on Monday. The meeting took place at the Secretariat on Monday afternoon. He said the priority of the government is to ensure foolproof security in the upcoming polls. The High Court has stayed Central Students' Union post of Shahjala University of Science and Technology for 4 weeks. The post of Halls Union post of the university will also remain stayed. A High Court bench of Justice Fahmida Kader and Justice Muhammad Asif Hassan issued the order on Monday, settling a writ that sought stay on Saksu polls. In the writ, it was said since EC has directed to keep all sorts of polls suspended as far that directives organizing Saksu polls is not legitimate. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Pakistan and India PM invited to join Board of Peace. ICC sets Wednesday deadline for BCB. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Assistant Manager of the Archive Department of ATN News, Ikramul Islam, is no more. He breathed his last in the early hours of Monday. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi wa rajiun. He was 67. Ikramul Islam had been suffering from lungs ailment. Colleagues of ATN News and well-wishers paid last homage to him as his body was brought to ATN News premises at around 10 a.m. His first namaz-e-janaza was held on ATN News premises. His body was taken to village home in Pabna. He will be laid to rest at Arifpur Municipality Graveyard after second namaz-e-janaza on Alia Madrasa ground in Pailanpur after Isha prayer. Ikramul Islam worked in ATN News around a decade with utmost sincerity and honesty. ATN News family is profoundly shocked at his demise.
তার মৃত্যুতে আমরা গভীরভাবে শোকাহত। তার বিদেহী
অফিসে যেতে চাই, আমার কাজ আছে, এই ধরনের।
Now news around the world. US President Donald Trump has invited Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to join the Board of Peace for Gaza. Authorities of Pakistan and India confirmed both premier received the invitation from Trump to join the international body. In a statement, Pakistani Foreign Ministry spokesperson Tahir Andrabi said Pakistan remains committed to supporting international efforts for peace security in Gaza, leading to lasting solution to Palestine issue in line with UN's resolutions. Separately, US envoy to India Sergio Gore said it convened Trump's invitation to Modi. However, there was no immediate official reaction to the statement from New Delhi. In wake of US President Trump's Greenland annexation threats, Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen said Europe will not be blackmailed. Danish Premier warning came after Trump declared to impose new 10% levy on goods from 8 allied nations if they oppose his proposed takeover of autonomous Danish territory. Frederiksen and other European leaders issued joint statements saying the tariffs risk undermining transatlantic relations and risk dangerous downward spiral. They are committed to protecting Greenland's security and sovereignty. Earlier, Trump insists Greenland is critical for US security. At least 39 people have died in a high-speed train collision in southern Spain. Over 100 were injured, including children and hospitalized. Spanish authorities said the crash happened Sunday evening when a train traveling from Malaga to Madrid derailed near Adamas in Andalusia. The force of crash pushed the carriages crossed over to opposite tracks, colliding with an ongoing train travelling from Madrid to Huelva, which also derailed. Rail network said 400 passengers and staff were on board both trains. Viewers, we will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. Now sports news. ICC have given the BCB a deadline of January 21st to confirm its plans for the 26 T20 World Cup. One of the most leading cricket website, ESPN Cricinfo, reported this. According to Cricinfo, the ICC has issued an ultimatum to the BCB asking it to agree to travel to India for its group stage matches by Wednesday. If Bangladesh does not comply or fails to clarify its position, Scotland could be given a place in the tournament. Scotland would be considered as the replacement based on the current men's T20 international rankings. Before ending the bulletin, top stories once again. Vote for yes in the referendum, Chief Advisor. EC not playing neutral role, Nahid Islam. BNP never do politics of blame. High Court stays Saksupos for 4 weeks. Pakistan and India PM invited to join Board of Peace. ICC sets Wednesday deadline for BCB. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for watching.